Hi, everybody. This is Phil Sims, and you're watching Fresh Cookies.
Yo, what up? Welcome to Fresh Cookies. Rough week to be a Pats fan. I'll tell you that much. What's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for the support for last show. Had a great time doing it as always. Let me know. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to this weekend. Obviously gonna have to address the Patriots. It's rough. Like I said, rough week to be a Pats fan. Um, but we will persevere, I think. I don't know. Yeah, that's the only thing I can really do right now is laugh, just because if I wasn't, who knows? You know, maybe I shouldn't be trusted with shoelaces. No, no. But great show playing today. Like I said, as always, drop some in the chat comments. Let me know what are some of your hot takes for the weekend. Some predictions. Maybe you got some bets going up against your arch rival in fantasy. Let me see what's up. But yeah, great show. Um, so yeah, the Patriots. Let's just address this right out the gate. What's going on with them? Well, they stink. All right, they stink pretty bad. We are exposed as not as having a not good roster. That makes any sense. It's time for me to admit it. Whoa. They're spying on me. Yeah, we have a not good roster, and it's time for me to admit Belichick, great coach, but the GM part, not so much. This is really, really bad. Our salary cap is spread out weird. Like a lot of it's in the defense, and I get that, but just you even look at our roster. I'm just not. Patriots roster is rough. Like I said, it's time for me to admit that the GM Belichick, not great. We don't have a definite quarterback. Like I've been riding with Mac Jones this whole time. It's not working. Zappy, listen, you're going up. You're going into that game last week. An Avalanche. You're up against an Avalanche in the Cowboys at that point, late in the game. I expect you to do a little bit something more, so no definite QB. The O line, I don't know. I don't know if they're nervous or just not acclimated enough, but you got to give us time to do something. And I like Bill O'Brien's play calling, but why is there not that many touchdowns? We're getting these big gash plays, and then we're just not doing nothing. We're even missing our field goals. It's bad all around. If you guys care about the Patriots, let me know. What's up with the Patriots? All right, what's your take on that? And another to add on to that, is Bill Belichick too old school for today's game? I don't want to say is he too old, because Pete Carroll is the oldest coach in the league. Looks like they're having fun over there. I want some of that. So let me know how you feel about that. And if you really want to get this famous clip, but if you really just want to understand how I'm feeling right now, being a Patriots fan, when I got to wear my gear anywhere, let's take it to the Reed. He knows how I'm feeling.
I'm hurt, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell no. Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it. I put my heart in this dog. Let's go, man.
All right, well, I'm not going out there, but still, I'm hurt. I know what the standard is. I know we could be a lot better. All right, you know what? Oh, and don't forget, we got our Fresh Cookies Week 5 Power Rankings coming. I'm going to bring up some of the games from last week before we jump into week 5. And some shakeups. I can tell you that much. Some Josh shakeups. Get them. But seriously, hope you guys are doing good out there. Hold on a second. There we go. I was about to say, what is going on? Yeah, let's just go through some of these really fast. I won't keep you waiting because we want to get on to this week. All right, Lions had that shocker. That was cool. Big ups to them for winning. Jaguars out in London. They won against the Falcons. I had Calvin Ridley in a parlay. He came through. I also have him in fantasy, and he did not come through as much as I would have liked him to. Also, shame on the NFL for playing that game in London. Like, play that in Atlanta so Ridley can go back and we get the storyline. But the Jaguars are out in London again this week. I'll get into that. I think that's going to be a huge advantage for them. Rams Colts. That game went in overtime, but I was sort of watching it, and I really wasn't interested. Ravens, they keep winning against the Deshaun Watson-less team. I'll get into whether or not, I don't know. I heard he might have been able to play based on how Jadeveon Clowney made it sound. Vikings, that game, Vikings get another win. That was all right. Titans, I don't know what's going on with the Bengals. They're bad. Buccaneers, they're good. Bills straight up mud stomped the Dolphins. Broncos finally get a win. They think they're cool. And yeah. Sorry, I got sidetracked there for a second. Yeah, the usual suspects, and then of course, the ass whooping of the century when it comes to us. But that week is over. All right? That week is over. And I'm going to get a drum roll here somewhere. As we will. Everything's queued up. It's time. No, sorry, I'm going to redo that. All right. It's time for the fresh cookies. Sorry, just trying to make sure it's lined up right. All right. It's time for the fresh cookies NFL Week 5 Power Rankings. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 10, the Lions. Wait. Hold up. They're playing with me, bro. They're playing with me. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. The video's not linked, queued up right, but I do have the right graphic. All right. So without further ado, here comes the Fresh Cookies Week 5 NFL Power Rankings. Here we go. Coming in number 10, the Ravens. Lamar secretly winning in Baltimore. Number 9, the Bucks. Their only loss was to Philly. Baker doing good. I'm impressed. Number 8, the Lions. Detroit with some playmakers actually winning some big games. Number 7, the Seahawks. Seattle isn't afraid of anyone. Possibly best coach on this list. Cowboys, good, but how good? You busted the Patriots' ass, but that wasn't really that much of a showing. All right, Dolphins, they got smacked around. Could have kicked that field goal looking back on it now, huh? Now I wish the Bills broke the scoring record on you. Coming in at number 4, the Bills. They assaulted Miami on live television. They should be ashamed of themselves. Chiefs at number 3. They barely beat the Jets, but somehow still the biggest threat in the league, all right? All right, you don't want to play them. Number 2, the Eagles. Not that impressive so far, but they still haven't lost. 49ers also in the same boat, in the top spot still. They didn't lose. They're still top dogs until someone takes them out. And just looking at this, like I said, just kind of going over this again. Ravens have been secretly winning, and like I said, they took out the Browns minus Deshaun Watson. I don't know what that was all about. So give them some props. They still have a lot to prove. Number 9 at the Bucks. Like I said, their only loss was to Philly, and Baker Mayfield defying expectations. I'm happy to see a resurgence in his career, possibly. Maybe that's a spot for him down there. Some nice weather. I don't know. He looks like he likes Florida. Number 8, the Lions. Like I said, Detroit. They have some playmakers, and they're winning some of these big games. Not hard. Not easy to go into Lambeau and win. Doesn't happen for a lot of teams like that. You got to be nice. So, and they lost to the Seahawks, which I think they had an impressive outing against the Giants. Now, this is like the second time the Giants got blown out the way they did. But, Seattle, very impressive. It's always, like I said, they beat the Lions on the road. They beat the Giants on the road. And, the Rams are sort of winning. So that's, I can't fault them for the, the week 1 loss. They're looking pretty good. Wouldn't want to see them down the stretch. They look like they can stay healthy. Cowboys, listen. They beat the dog shit out the Patriots. They also lost to the Cardinals, which it was hard for me to take them out of my top 10. It was hard to take. It was hard to take the Cardinals out, but got to actually win some games, man. You can't just keep coming close. But I'm real high on Josh Dobbs, like what he's doing. But the Cowboys, they got a big boy matchup this week. We're gonna see what the Cowboys are made of. Yeah, the Dolphins, listen, they showed their ass and got smacked. Looking back, yeah, you should have just broke the record. All right? I think maybe no maybes. I think them not breaking that record made the Bills even more mad. Like, nah, we're not doing this buddy stuff. We're division rivals. Gonna put you in your place real quick. And the Bills, listen, I know we've had them hyped for a couple years now as being Super Bowl contenders. The last couple years, I have not been on that train. But this year, in the AFC, I like the Bills' chances. And if they get home field, it's going to be tough. All right? We've never seen Patrick Mahomes in a road playoff game, so it's looking like the Bengals, even if the Bengals get it together by the end of the season, I still don't see, them being deep in the playoff race. Like I said, I think the Bills are going to grab the number 1 seed, and that's going to cause some problems for the Chiefs. I'm put the Chiefs at number 3 still, even though they barely beat the Jets, and that was a pathetic showing. I hate to say that the refs played a part in it, but they definitely did. Um,
Oh, damn. I'm a fool. Damn. Ah, damn. Yo, my mic was off for this whole thing. Damn, I feel like a fool. Ah, damn. It's all right. I'm gonna have to run through. I'll run through this real quick. All right, yeah. Damn. Can't believe my mic was off. That sucks. But just powering through right now. Like I said, the Ravens, they've been secretly winning. Can't fault them. Bucks, only losses to Philly. Baker doing good. Detroit, they got some playmakers and they're actually winning some big games. Seattle, they're not afraid of anyone and they have possibly the best coach on the list. Cowboys, they're good, but how good are they? Dolphins, they showed their ass and got smacked. They should have kicked that field goal. Bills, they gave it to the Dolphins on live television. Chiefs, they barely beat the Jets, but they're still a big threat. I wasn't impressed by that win over the Jets. I don't believe in conspiracy theories, but that was mad sus. All right, that was mad sus at the end. I don't know. I don't like that though. Yeah, the Eagles, they haven't lost either, but they just have not been that impressive. You hear rumblings about AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts maybe not clicking, or maybe Brown not clicking with the team in general. You hope that's not the case because they were impressive, but they have not been up to what they were last year. And I don't know. I think once they start getting to the tough part of their schedule, because they're gonna have some opponents these next couple weeks that, you'll see. Eagles will be tested, and the 49ers, they haven't lost yet. They're still the top dog until someone takes them out. It's just the way it goes. So here's my power rankings. Let me know what you think in the chat. And as I said previously in the show, I'm not going to keep harping on this, but yeah, messed up, had a little issue, but we're all good now. Let me know what games you guys are looking forward to. I just saw some where was it? Steelers will beat the Ravens this week. I could see that. The Ravens got off easy last week with having no Deshaun Watson, so serves them right if they do. I'll put the power rankings back up on there. If you guys missed my Patriots rant, listen, they stink. All right. You want to know what's going on with the Patriots? They stink. All right. We got exposed as having a not good team. Belichick, a good coach, but bad GM, and that's everybody's frustrated. All right. It's got to stink for the players to be like, this is a not good team. Well, you're all professionals. Do the thing. And the salary cap spread out weird. A lot of people on defense getting paid. We just signed J.C. Jackson. We'll see if he plays this week. Because our first round pick, Christian Gonzalez, is gone for the year already. All right. We'll see how the season goes, but he locked down Tyreek Hill to less than 100 yards, and that's impressive. So we don't have him. We don't have a definite quarterback. Been trying to ride with Mac this whole time, but it is just not working. And then Zappy finally goes in. And, you're going up against an Avalanche at that point. At that, when he did enter the game, But got to show me a little bit more, man. So no definite QB. It's killing us. The O-line, I don't know if they're nervous or just not acclimated yet. But we should have a great run game with at least Ramondre Stevenson. Zeke has his hot and cold streaks. He's going to do what he does, but you got to at least get Mondre going. That was our whole offense last year, and I like Bill O'Brien's play calling. And we're gaining yards, but why not that many touchdowns? And we have a rookie kicker, so we've already had a couple missed kicks. He's also got to make those, but I'm sick of field goals. And it's rough times being a Patriots fan right now. I can tell you that much. I did a late show. You can go back and watch an after party. And at first, I'm not going to lie, this was my reaction. Now, kind of felt like it was Mac Jones, but in actuality, it's a lot bigger than Mac Jones. But, his attitude was also kind of piss poor, so I didn't appreciate that. We all saw the talk this week. Largest loss of Belichick's career. I don't know what's going to happen to him after the season, but I definitely think Kraft's going to be like, yeah, no, you got to step down from that GM role, homie. They got the Saints this week. We'll get into that matchup. But, yeah, let's start getting into some week 5 so I can just put that there's like a dumpster fire, forklift accident, slipped on a wet floor, all rolled into a burrito. I hated it. Hated every minute of that Dallas game. But they still ain't shit. All right. We got the little big homies going tonight. Bears Commanders. Do we really have to watch this? Commanders should walk away with a convincing win, but I don't think they will. I think this will be kind of close up until maybe the beginning of the 4th, maybe late 3rd, and it'll just kind of be a stalemate. Now, following this loss, who knows? I heard on a couple other shows, will the Bears coach get fired? Who knows? His second year. But the bigger question is, do they consider rebuilding this team, like a completely new team, like Justin Fields 2 gone after this year? And what do they have to offer and what would they give up? That's kind of what the situation they're in right now. But all things considered, I think it's a Commanders win. Thursday Night Football just has had a track record of not being that thrilling. So Commanders will win. We'll watch it, I guess. Bills Jaguars in London. If you listen to the after party, I don't know how I feel about these London games. First of all, 9:30 on a Sunday. I love football. It's a lot to... Now I'm thinking about it. If you live in Cali, that's got to be pretty sweet. But yeah, no, when you wake up at the 9:30 football, and I don't know, the matchups usually aren't that great. This matchup, I think, will be a lot better. I think the Jags got the upper hand because they were already in London. I hope they didn't make them fly back, by the way. That would have been insane. But they might as well move there. I know their owner got ties out there. Khan. Yeah, I think staying there is an upside for them, and that's why I think this will be the upset of the weekend, and it make things even more complicated as to who's one of the best teams. Hey, what up? My big sis. So moving right along, we're gonna save the Saints Patriots for last. Titans Colts. Division games are always tough, no matter who or what division they coincide with. But both of these teams are fighting up and down battles early in the season. Colts went to overtime with an okay Rams team. The Titans, they blew out. They blew out the Browns. And I think what this it's just hard, it's kind of hard to watch both these teams separate. So to see them together is going to be a little bit difficult. But I think it all depends if the Colts can stop the run and if the Titans can pressure Minshew. But Colts have some magic right now. I just think until they get a definite answer at their quarterback spot, I like the Titans. All right. Moving along, because we already addressed this somewhat. Ravens Steelers. All right. I'm so mad because I gave the Steelers a lot of praise for having arguably the best defense in the league, top 3 at the time. And they totally just dogged me this week. It was bad. Did bad. Just all-around bad game for them. Texans, surprisingly good young team. C.J. Stroud really doing a great job, I feel like. D'Amico Ryan, young head coach, he's doing his thing. But, the defense is supposed to be because, their offense is whatever. They're young, not acclimated, whatever. Defense is supposed to be the biggest facet of their game, and I feel like that's gone now. Both, Kenny Pickett and Mac, I feel like are in similar situations in terms of like psyche, because the teams they're working with aren't top tier, but at the same time, some of that has to come from them. The Ravens' biggest problem is just like keeping the TV off when they start doing good. I feel like as soon as they get like 2 or 3 wins together, people start hyping them up, and then it gets really, really bad. I don't know. That Steelers game was rough to watch. I originally was going to go with the Ravens. I'm going to give the Steelers a get-back game, all right? I'm going to go with the Steelers here. Yes, I like the Titans as well. Lizzie P. Panthers, Lions. All right. So the Panthers, not going to lie, I like them when Andy Dalton's out there. I gave Bryce Young a chance, not saying like it's over for the kid. He just may need to take a step back at this point. And what I mean by that is it's tough because, you're selling jerseys and stuff for Bryce Young, but the thing is, no pun intended, he looks young. Like, maybe just not ready to start an entire NFL season. Andy Dalton, veteran, has always gotten shit on in his career. He's in a good role now. You never know how starting quarterbacks are going to transition, but he's a great journeyman. kind of like a Fitzpatrick, I feel like, at this point. And he's really good in that role until he, like, breaks, you know? Whether that be he starts either doing maybe bad in a way he kind of overstays his welcome, or he gets hurt. And then, you know, the other person goes in. Adam Thielen has a resurgence. The line, and you know, he really stepped it up. I think he does better with Dalton. But the thing is, the Lions just have a pretty solid all-around team, and they've already won a couple big games. I think they should be able to handle the Panthers at home. So, Lions. Yeah, that's right. Andy's coming. Can I say that, or is that copyrighted too? I saw they were doing like a Toy Story. I don't know, like I guess it was like a reenactment. I don't know. Like, how does that work? All right, Texans Falcons. Just gonna straight up say I was so high on the Falcons coming into the season, but it just feels like every week they're just I don't know. They're doing a whole lot of nothing, and I don't want to jump on the bandwagon of kicking Desmond Ritter's back in, but it's kind of hard. When you're not doing anything. Might just have to put Cordero. No, they don't just have to put Cordero Patterson back there. You know why? Because they got Taylor Heineke, who should he should be starting, all right? Convictions. Taylor Heineke, starting quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. I've heard a lot more far-fetched things. I like the Texans in this matchup. C.J. Stroud, he's looking good. ATL, you know, they don't have a good quarterback situation, as I just said, and they don't know how to close out games. I'm going to go with Houston. The young guys keep getting it done. Who should the Steelers start at QB? Can TJ Watt throw? That's a good question. It's a good question. Is Mason Rudolph still there? I know you have Mitch Trubisky also, but pump confidence into this young Pickett fellow. Andy gets the team hype with some Goo Goo Dolls. I believe he's a Texas guy. And they like the Goo Goo Dolls out there. Andy Dalton for president. We're Texans, Falcons, Giants, Dolphins. Those former New Yorkers who are living in the South Florida area, things about to keep getting rougher for them. Giants, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I don't know if I could pick you in any week going forward. What are you doing? I heard some, you know, it's a common expression. When people say, looks like they forgot how to play football, in this case, it might be true. No, that's not the right one. There we go. All right, so yeah, the remainder of the Giants schedule. You're gonna get the Dolphins and then the Bills. They could beat the Commanders. They could beat the Jets. They could beat the Raiders. That would be insane if they beat the Cowboys at home. Oh man, the shit talking rights you could have after that one. And we better just bust them right here, right in the face. They can scrap together some wins, but these next 2 weeks are going to suck if you're a Giant or a Giants fan. Back to the game, though. Miami just got embarrassed really, really bad. If you already heard me earlier on the show, should have kicked that field goal, made history, and I wholeheartedly believe that's why the Bills just showed no mercy. They should have ran that score up and broke the record on them. That would have been the two most insane Sundays in the NFL back-to-back if we saw that. And I'll say this, Miami should have they should really do this better next year. Like I said, Miami should have to play in New England and Buffalo later in the season. All right? It's always us going to Miami in like December when I'm like, just have them come up here. Like, that's the whole point. Whoa. Shane Falco is always a good one in my book. All right. I reread your comment, and it's true. I didn't take it as disrespect. But I'll make a call to Foxborough right now. I will take Taylor Heineke on the New England Patriots in a heartbeat. That's what I'm pushing for. But look, it's not looking good, to wrap this up, it's not looking good for the Giants, and the Dolphins are going to respond big. Are you crazy? Of course they're going to win. I think the Giants, their biggest issues, they have weapons, but they can't use them because the offensive line play just kind of whack. And, Dolphins. Bengals, Cardinals. Now, the Bengals have been the disappointment of the season, I think. Everybody can agree with that. Joe Burrow picked them to be Super Bowl MVP. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Definitely not this year. If I had to pick a team to face the 49ers in the Super Bowl right now, I would go with the Bills. But the Bengals, very disappointing. And we're about to find out a lot about them. They're about to find out a lot about themselves because they're going to go face a Cardinals team who I think is pretty good. They would be in my top 10 if they didn't keep losing because they're playing so well. And Josh Dobbs defying expectations. Sad to say, I don't see Cincinnati winning this one either. I'm going with the Cardinals. All right, Eagles, Rams. Somebody go get my brother-in-law. It's about to get real. But seriously, the Eagles, they're undefeated, but they are not that impressive right now. I don't know if Jalen Hurts is playing it too safe, or maybe the rumors are true that A.J. Brown not really clicking with these guys. But I say week in, week out, they got a really good running back room, probably the number one running back room in the league. But they are just playing too conservative and too safe. Is Nick Sirianni ruining it with are you overcoaching? Being too much in the spotlight? Do I have to play the Suge Knight clip at the Source Awards? We all know how this goes. Stay out the camera. And the Rams, they're okay. They've tasted success. They could easily get back if they, I don't know, stay injury-free. And I don't know. The Rams are one of those teams, like, I watch them play and they win, but I'm just like, how? Like, turn my head for a second, all of a sudden they, they'll have like a weird, they're outside of Stafford and Cooper Kupp. It's really hard to even name their offense like that. But Puka Akua, the homie. Yeah, he's got a cool name and he's doing his thing. I'm still going to take the Eagles in this situation. But, like I said, the hard part of their season is coming up. This bubble might burst. And the question is, if the Eagles lose back-to-back games this year, do they turn on each other? Is what I want to know. Not saying I hope they do or saying they will. I'm genuinely asking. If the Eagles were to lose back-to-back games this year, would they turn on each other? Fight to the death. Jets, Broncos. This is looking like a bounce-back game for the Jets. You know, Zach Wilson looking like the only option they got at the Q right now, but he really was impressive towards the end of that game. Hit a couple back shoulder throws, and his post game, I like that somebody put his post game from that loss, and I think it was his loss to the Patriots from last year, where he was kind of slumped, like, you know, just kind of gave an immature answer. This year's answer much better. And listen, younger people have to eventually play quarterback. It's the way the league has always gone. Shout out to the guy for fighting through adversity. And as a Patriots fan, it hurt me that Rodney Harrison couldn't even give this guy props, trying to lead Chris Jones down a road of despair and hatery. We ain't doing that, Rodney. Yeah, so Zach Wilson impressed me. New York Jets players, like, make him feel welcomed and important. The same goes with the fans. You have no choice at this point. Because Brett Favre and Tim Tebow ain't walking through that door. That's crazy. Did Tim Tebow play more games as a Jet than Aaron Rodgers in his first year? The Broncos franchise just looks like they need to start over. They're kind of in the same boat as New England, I feel like. And does that mean the entire team besides Sean Payton? Who knows? Russell Wilson, he would also be a great Patriot. Wrote that on a comment section a couple months back. It's like a small cartel war broke out. It's like 70, 80 comments. I'm like, we could have traded Mac and got something from Seattle to Seattle. You know, Adams trade, something, you know, but I'm the crazy one, right? For trying to make my team better. People make me sick. But I think the Jets win big, and there's a lot of issues in Denver, so we'll see what actually happens with their franchise. They're owned by Walmart. Chiefs, Vikings. The Chiefs don't get to play two close games back-to-back that don't feature, like, good teams and get away with it. Sorry, Jets, not calling you bad, but, you know, you're limping right now. So, in theory, the Chiefs should steamroll you. You shouldn't have a chance. All right? Face in the dirt. Travis Kelce, not even going to get into it. You know his situation. He's big time right now, making himself a bigger star by the week and possibly a distraction. I don't know how that's going to fare towards the end of the season when they need him to make clutch catches and whatnot, because the Chiefs are not that sound on offense this year. As reliable as Mahomes can be with his witchcraft, Kelsey is a huge, huge part of that offense being successful. You saw how it was when he was out for the first game. And I don't want to hear that was all on pass rush because Chris Jones wasn't there. I had never seen Chris Jones score a touchdown. All right, we're at World's End. Got 3 more to go over. Cowboys 49ers should be the matchup of the weekend. Should. I say that, and San Fran probably blows them out. All right. This is a big boy matchup for Dallas. All right. They punched the Patriots in their kidneys repeatedly. It was awful. It's painful to watch. And that's great. You know, and you beat up on the Giants, who are also bad. But you lost to the Cardinals. And like I said, we're high on the Cardinals here. Really impressed with what Josh Dobbs has done. Don't even think they need Kyler Murray anymore. But I want to see how good that defense is, Dallas, all right? I want to see how good that defense really is. All right, the 49ers have a chance to win their next 7 games if they stay healthy. So, Dallas, if you want to prove how good you are, bust open that 7-game win streak. And don't get it twisted. Just because this is game of the week and it should be close doesn't mean it will be. Because there's the other side of this, that this could be a possible wake-up game for Dallas, and they can get annihilated and blown out, and that'll leave a lot more questions as to how are we supposed to count the Cowboys? They're so inconsistent. They're good, but just I feel like they're good in their own heads, and then it just never comes to fruition. I'm like, by the time the playoffs start, you're usually done somehow. Packers, Raiders on Monday Night Football. I don't know how, but the Raiders keep getting into prime time. I'm writing a letter to the league. Stop putting these guys on prime time until they can win like 2 games in a row. Also, Jacoby Myers making me sick. He never did half this stuff he did on the Raiders with the Patriots. Same offensive play caller. Who knows? Maybe a Desert Life just treating him well. Yeah, I don't know how the Raiders keep getting on prime time. They've played some good teams to be 1-3. Packers ain't no joke, though. Packers ain't no joke. Jordan Love ain't no joke. They really dropped the ball against Detroit, though. But going up against the Raiders, it's hard for me to take the Raiders serious. So until they prove me otherwise, especially with Chandler Jones getting dismissed this week, I am going to go with the Packers. All right, and circling back, there's a 1 o'clock matchup on Sunday, but had to save the kids for last. Patriots. Tisk. I don't know why it has to be like this. I thought you were good. But, like I said, we've been exposed as not having a great team. Both teams could really use a win and a new quarterback, let's be honest. I was saying put in Jameis, but that didn't look like the answer either for the Saints. And, the Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi debacle. Patriots signed J.C. Jackson this week. Coming back from the Chargers, he figured, hey, let me go from one losing team to another. At least I know these guys. And I like this coach a lot better, and I respect him. So J.C. Jackson coming back, I most likely won't play, I can imagine, if you're coming over this week, but you never know. He might still wake up in the middle of the night when New England cold sweats and know these play calls in his sleep. I hope he does. We need it. It's definitely going to be a battle of the defenses because both offenses are sus right now, even though I think the Saints have better weapons in Kamara and Thomas. It's just their Q situation that might be. And if they start Taysom Hill back there, we're in for a long day because we got no Matthew Judon. I think the only way the Pats win this one is if they don't turn the ball over and can actually block. Like I said, the offensive line play has been ass so far this year. They just don't look like they know each other. So it's not even a matter of talent. I think the Saints are beatable. If we can win this one, then we can take it from there and try to get some type of rhythm going. Because even if this ain't our year, we can at least build some good pieces for next season. And you never know where we fall in the draft. It would just suck to go like 8 and 9 again because you're going to miss out on some good quarterbacks by then. I saw a mock draft that someone said Bo Nix from Oregon. I wouldn't mind that. From what I know, he's a relatively big guy, and they got some good culture right now at Oregon. All right, so just looking at these matchups, if I had to guess, let me get this out of here. Let's say we won't go too much longer, but if just looking at some of these matchups, and for everybody who didn't get to see, I'll rework the video. But just for everybody who didn't get to see, these were the power rankings for this week. And to just reiterate what I said, Lamar secretly winning in Baltimore. They're somehow getting these wins without anyone knowing. Can't keep them out the top 10 if they're going to keep doing that. Number 9, the Bucks. Their only loss is to Philly. Baker's doing good. Hopefully he has a new resurgence there, and it's good to see that he has a nice, like a new home. I think Florida's a good look for him. Lions, Detroit with some playmakers. They're actually winning some big games, so glad to get them up on the list. Seahawks, they're not afraid of anyone. They have, probably the best coach on this entire list, and they keep winning big on the road. I think that means something. Cowboys, they're good, but how good? You're beating up on the Patriots. Let's see you do it to San Fran. Dolphins, like I said, they showed their ass, got smacked. Should have kicked that field goal. Bills, they assaulted them. What are you doing? It's disrespectful. Chiefs, they barely beat the Jets, but they're still up there. Eagles, not impressive, but still haven't lost. And the 49ers, top enchiladas. Now, looking back on last week, who got kicked out, Cardinals getting kicked out. Seahawks. Green Bay got kicked out. The Steelers got kicked out. Bunch of teams moved around. Buffalo jumped big from last week. Here's what we're working with today. All right. Yeah, so let me know in the comments in the chat which games you guys are looking forward to most this week. Just trying to go through some possible predictions. When it comes to touchdown scores, I went with Adam Thielen last week. Didn't pay off, but I'll take Thielen. Against the Lions defense. I know they have a much better defense, but I think if Dalton's out there, like their chances. The Dolphins, you could pretty much just put everybody up there. I'd put Tyreek Hill. I'd have to see if Jalen Waddle's going to play. Acham, my one brother and I talking about Acham. Like, come on. That's straight up cheat code for fantasy football. I like Acham a lot. And there, I honestly, that's a nice little put Tyreek, Acham, and Adam Thielen. I think that's something to look at. I think you could also put Justin Jefferson down for a touchdown. All right, well, that's going to do it. Like I said, in the comments, let me know some of the predictions, some of your hot takes for NFL Week 5. We have more highlights coming. We did an after-party show on Sunday. Didn't know how it was received, so let us know. Always want to try something new out. Not like we're never going to do it again. I just think that Patriots loss had me feeling some type of way. But thanks for tuning in. Like I said, chime in on the comments. As always, I appreciate everybody that jumped in the live chat today. Enjoy your weekend. Fresh cookies.